just wanted to talk about air conditioning service and doing cleanings, why it's important, what type of things that we do to determine if your air conditioner is running properly at its capacity. We're seeing the temperatures creep up. Everybody will be turning their air conditioners on. It is definitely our recommendation to have your system serviced. The cleaning takes roughly an hour and a half. When our techs come out, typically they're going to look at the inside and outside units. We'll start with the evaporator coil. We do come in and clean the condensate drains. We flush and clean the condensate drains. We'll address anything air filtration. Is the air filter clean or dirty? Do you have proper airflow? We do have the equipment and tools to measure that. The outside, once we move to the outside unit, typically we're going to go through and disassemble the unit. We'll pull the fan off, we'll pull all the louvers off the side. We'll clean the coil, typically with garden hose and water. You usually want to clean from the inside out. That will drive any debris out of the coil. And the purpose of that is to make sure that we get proper airflow through the coil. We can remove heat from the house. We will check the actual refrigerant levels in the system, and not only do we check the refrigerant levels, but we're also really determining the performance of the system through a series of numbers that we use, the boiling points of the refrigerant, and then our actual line temps that usually we have indicators that we can measure against that will tell us if there's a problem. We do a series of electrical checks. We will test capacitors and contactors and the different electrical components of the system. And usually what we're identifying is if there is potential for a future failure. We can typically determine that from the service. Small things left untouched or left not taken care of can usually lead to bigger problems down the road, either compressor failures, fan failures, expensive repairs. So we typically, on our service, we document all of our findings. We'll report that back to the customer. And the goal there is to make sure that the system performs to its capacity, make sure the customer is comfortable, and try to prevent any future problems from happening. That's typically why it's important to have this done annually. And long term, it will pay for itself.